start by talking about what I'm going to be up to this week. This week, I had a very good weekend, again, but first off, I really want to talk about something very angry. I was reading in People magazine. If you don't know, this is called, I was reading Mean Girls Murder. This is a true crime. If you see a People magazine, pick it up, because I got this today. It really made me mad. And this was not a happy camper, and I was just touched by this, and I'm going to read this. If you guys don't know this, I'm going to really read this to you about this here. It's called Pretty Little Killers. Now, this is not to Pretty Little Liars. This is actually a true event. They do have a book out, and this is just really shocking, and I was reading this whole thing. You can pick it up then at stores too, but a new book detailed how two honor students of the South generation turned into cold-blooded scavengers who stabbed Skylar Neese, their best friend, to death. Folks, that, again, to death. Just very... Sorry. I'm really kidding. This actually happened 2012, July 6, 2012, so this is not recent, but they just came out with this now. This is actually a true event, so if you go to any store, you see people, I can pick this up and read this. This, I mean, it made me emotional today when I was reading it, and it just, God. So, the headlines, they were high school sophomores, Rachel Soft and Shelby, dubbed their BFF killers. They are called the BFF killers, and Death Quincy's have been charged in the several murder of Skylar Neese, the third wheel in this inspired trio of a 16-year-old best friend at University High School in Morgantown, West Virginia. Again, they're now both honor students at the time of their arrest in prison, so they're in prison. But this story is just shocking. It makes me, and excuse me my language, pissed off. Like, very angry about just reading this. Skylar and Cheryl, who had known each other since the second grade, met Rachel in their freshman year at University High School. Next thing Skylar knew, wherever she and Skylar were, so was Rachel. This was fine by Skylar, who made friends with everyone. This is just, I mean, so for some reason, these girls did not want to be friends with her, and this was just very bad, and it was the worst mistake. They were having problems with her, and on August 16, 2000, just before they began their sophomore year, the girls had a sleepover at Rachel's home. Sometime after Rachel's mom, Patricia, fell asleep, the girls began drinking from a bottle of vodka, and they had gotten their hands on. Before long, all the three girls were drunk, which apparently when started slapping photos of each other and kissing. Okay, first off, why did the mother do that? Okay, you need to lock that somewhere. First off, that's the big red flag. You need to lock that up. Understandably so. But, for a while now, rumors have floated around. Skylar took pictures, and some students said even videos what happened next. That is, Rachel undressed and began having oral sex. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this has gone too far. First off, you're a sophomore in high school and you drink vodka. Can somebody explain that to me? Why you're drinking? I don't understand that. That makes me mad. If I was that mother, I would be arrested. I would arrest her. But then anyway, just having oral sex, and began having oral sex after all three girls slept in Rachel's bed, or they tried to. Shirley ordered Skylar to move over so I can cuddle with Rachel. Whoa. That is wrong. Folks, that is just, wow. That is sickening. That is beyond wrong. I mean, I am beyond mad. Also, after the sleepover, Skylar's tour fed suggestions a girl turned between just jealousy over her best friend, new close best friend. This was just, wow. I mean, I mean, and then somebody, I think they believe that they got it, but they said this was a quote from Rachel a couple months before the murder saying, quote, "I can't stand Skylar at this point. I wouldn't mind if she died." First off, you shouldn't be saying that. Even though you're her BFF, you should not be saying that, first off. That is a bunch of crap. So anyway, but by September, Skylar tweeted what could have been a threat. It is possible the other two girls began to worry that extended to their exposure relationship. On September 6th, she wrote, quote, "I'd tell the whole school all the blank I have on everyone, which is a lot. Hashtag if I could get away with it." And this was bad. So Danielle and Shirley called Rachel and then added Skylar in a three-way call. Shirley discreetly didn't tell Skylar that Rachel was listening with her phone muted. Shirley's plan was provoking Skylar so she and Rachel would be entreating to some of Skylar's fireworks. Rachel pushed the speaker button and encouraged Daniel to listen. What Shirley and Skylar began screaming. At first, Rachel was crying and saying, "I can't believe they're fighting like this." But this is just bad, and this continues on. Good God! And so on October 2011, in biology class, they didn't share with Skylar. Shirley and Rachel spoke for their plans for more sinister. Quote, "Hey, do you know how to dispose of a body?" Shirley asked the student behind her. Nick Charlesman shrugged. "I don't know. That show Breaking Bad has stuff like that are on. We want to figure out what to do with Skylar." I'm going to be pissed off right now. Okay, so you're in a class. You're planning something. You're going to kill your best friend. You don't like her. Okay, so you don't want to be friends with her, but okay, so you want to kill her. Okay, great. So, first off, if I don't want to be friends with somebody, I would just tell them, "Hey, this is not working out. I want to be friends with you. Is that okay?" I wouldn't be going and saying, "Oh, let's plan, like, let's go to my friends, like, okay, let's plan, boom, 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 and we're going to kill her tonight." What? You want to kill her just because she did something to you? That's what pisses me off. It is not fair. Did anybody else do it to her? It's not everybody else's fault. And I'm sorry I'm angry, and I know this is not what the Dr.Amazing Show should be, but this is ridiculous. You shouldn't be killing your best friend or your BFF just because she did something wrong. Okay? It's not right. But, God almighty. God. Wow. She was a very sweet girl. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm upset and mad at the same time. Excuse me. So they said, Nick just said, so this Nick kid looked at her like she was stupid. Okay, and then she said, "Shush." Rachel whispered, "No names. What kind of acid?" And this, I mean, is unbelievable. She goes up to her teacher and says, "What kind of acid would you dispose a body in?" Shirley asked the biology teacher. Okay, if I was that teacher, I would be wondering, why the heck are you asking this? And I would be going down to the principal's office, I would be going down to the assistant principals or any principal and say, "Hey, we got a problem with these girls. They're asking what kind of acid, and I'm not sure, but I'm really concerned about this." Because the teacher didn't know until now. I mean, wow. That is just. By May, Rachel was complaining to her other friend that she couldn't stand Skylar, but couldn't just walk away. She blackmailed us and telling us secrets if we'd stop being friends with her. On July 6th, Skylar tweeted anonymously, "Just know I know." And June 10th, the others two put their plans into action, meeting at the high school parking lot, deciding on stabbing as their method. Folks, this is why we need to stop the bullying and just, I understand we have social media, and I understand that we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything, Vine. But again, like I was saying, and I've understood this, if you put a tweet out, one tweet, mean tweet to a person, a bullying tweet or something like that, you press that send button, you're never going to get it back. That's out there. There's no way of it coming back. You're going to be seeing 50 million people over that, looking at that. And I just want to tell people that has got to stop. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not trying to be rude. But it needs to stop now. It's not right. It's absolutely not right. And I think we need to do something about it. I think that it's not right. And if you want to tweet me about what you think, go ahead at Dr.Amazing, at Broken Chire Cole as well. And tweet me and say what you think about this. But I think it's just wrong. This is just sad too. Neither Shirley or Rachel mentioned the reason they invited her to join them at the midnight drive, nor did they say a word about the paper towels, bleach, handy wipes, or clean clothes stashed in the trunk of the car. It's what's this world coming to, folks? I really don't know why, but it's wrong. And again, if you see this, pick this up and just read this whole story. This is just, then they said, and Rachel had stolen from her father's house. Beneath the folds of their hoodies, Shirley and Rachel each carried one of the knives Shirley had brought. The three got out of the car and walked into a little ways down the road. Shirley produced the joint by the lighter she brought. Didn't work. Skylar remembered she'd left the lighter in the car. The minute Skylar back was turned, Rachel began counting. At the count of 3, she and Shirley began stabbing. With each stab wound, they released their pent rage and anger at the people who had wronged them, at the parents who disappointed them, and the girls who loved them both. Folks, this is why we need to stop. Sweet girl, and these people, she didn't do anything wrong. And she gets stabbed for it. And she's being the one that's being stabbed for everything she's done. For the people who disappointed, it hurts. It's not right. We need to stop. Stunned and in pain, Skylar tried at first to run, but she didn't get very far. Rachel traced and tackled her. Skylar was physically stronger and naturally scraped her through, and because she knew she was fighting for her life, she managed to grab Rachel's knife. It was Rachel's turn to shriek when Skylar left a 3-inch gash above the right ankle. Rachel recovered her knife as they continued stabbing. Only one word fell from Skylar's lip, but she cried it out over and over. Folks, if you, again, like I've said, this is so hurtful. They just stabbed them, and then cut her up, and then buried her.